Greetings to you.
Greetings to you.
I was checking this. There are two words that I want to start with: compulsive and pathological. Compulsive, pathological. When someone is compulsive, it's like it's their reflex. Their reflex to always want to hit. A compulsive woman beater. You know, like the guy that, the Win MP that almost killed his wife because she went to rescue the child that this man was abusing. You know, the one that the woman came after and said that she was not the one who reported the case because, of course, allegedly she accepted almost 8.5 million Guyana dollars from the crime chief. Not crime as in the crime chief that stops the crime or solves the crime. The crime chief as the one who orchestrates, plans. He is behind criminal activities. That crime chief, who happens to be the leader of the so-called non-existent opposition party. So allegedly she accepted money from the compulsive woman beater. I'll use him as an example to describe the word compulsive. And pathological. Pathological speaks with about a path, a pattern of behavior, an inclination to do such, an inclination to be compulsive, pathological. And I'll take those two words to label the accidental mistake of a politician, AZRUDDIN Muhammad, as a pathological, compulsive liar. He's a pathological liar who compulsively lies just because he can't help it. Welcome to Uncensored Guyana. I'm Dr. El Prasad. I hope you had a wonderful weekend and belated birth anniversary to the President of the United States, Donald Trump. You see, time is no excuse for pursuing dreams. Why? Donald Trump turned 80 yesterday, entered his 80th year yesterday. And as an 80-year-old man, he plays golf, he runs, he walks, he fucks, he flirts. He's the father of a 20-year-old boy. And most importantly, he is the president of the most powerful nation, kingdom on earth at age 80. And he has another 3 years to go as president. So you see, if you are 50 or 40 or even 60 and you're still whining that you have not achieved anything, you have not fulfilled your dreams yet, think of the fact that Donald Trump is 80 and he's still president for another 3 years. Let that be your motivation. If he is still planning to live and enjoy life and making all of these plans allegedly with all of these buildings and things that he wants to build around the world, he is still planning. While you at 30, 40, 50, 60, you're giving up. You're giving up because you haven't achieved what you plan to achieve. The president of Suriname, the woman, she's been in politics for a long time. She's now president and she is in her 70s. In her 70s, now she's president. You can look back at other countries. Look at other countries. Their president got elected when they're 80 years old. Some are 90 and still president. So you should not be quitting too soon. Don't quit too soon. What is important for you, what the universe wants to know, is that you value life, that every day matters, that you plan for tomorrow. You plan for tomorrow, because tomorrow, even though it could be another 10 years or 20 years or 30 years, tomorrow can be the day you become president. Even if it means 30 years from now, you don't quit because you think you hit 60 or 70. Live as if you have a plan. So what means? That means you will eat healthy, stay safe, don't get involved in unnecessary conflicts, stay away from stress and people who causes the stress, because you have a plan. And the universe wants you to stay alive and well with all your mental faculties working so that that plan can be realized. And you too can, at 80 years old, celebrate being a billionaire, a president, a minister of government, but something significant. Again, congratulations to the President of America on his 80th birth anniversary, enjoying fist fight. What a masculine thing to do. This is why I love Trump. Say whatever you want. I am a Trump fan. I can't say the same for AZRUDDIN Mohammed. He should plan to squat. You know, he should start planning to know how to bend over and what position black men like in prison. That's the plan he should be busy with. That's waiting for him in his future in another few weeks. 3 weeks, to be exact. Waiting for him there. That compulsive, pathological liar that you call Guyana's accidental opposition fuck up. Now, before I get to that, I had it on my agenda to talk about over the weekend. I'll talk about it now. There is a case that is trending regarding a black man who murdered a white man last year in America. He took a knife and stabbed the white man in the heart, and the man died instantly. That black man got 35 years in prison for murdering that white man. The case took almost a year for him to get sentenced. As a result of that case, black people, not just in America, but some idiots in Guyana, are saying that it was a racially determined verdict. That the black man that murdered the white man should not have gotten 35 years in prison. In fact, he should have been freed. He should have been freed for murdering another human being. Blacks are very loud in that claim. There is protest right now in America in connection with that case. Let me break it down for you who didn't follow it. I guess you have. A 17-year-old Negro who came from a household where both parents raised him. It wasn't a broken household. He lived with his mother and father. He went to a track practice, a track and field sports practice, armed with a knife. And then he bullied his way into the competitor's tent because they had to practice against each other. He went into a tent where other athlete students were that he should not have been. He walked over past his tent, went into another tent to intimidate the players. So maybe they'll be afraid to do their best on the field, not to beat his team. The white kid, who was also 17, told him, hey, you don't belong here. Look, your camp is there. That's your team. Why are you doing here with our team? You're coming to spy on us? Go to your side. He refused to do that. He said, make me. Touch me, I'll show you what I'll do. Allegedly, the white guy said, okay, well, please move off. You know, move off. And the black nigger team took a knife, a deadly weapon from his backpack, and plunged it into the chest of the white 17-year-old, killing him instantly. Then he walked away from the scene. Luckily, they got him, arrested him, and he was sentenced to 35 years in prison. Black people everywhere that followed that case are calling for him to be released, saying that it was racism, saying that the white kid bullied him, saying that he had a right to defend himself by murdering another kid. So they have protest, and as a result of the protest they're having in that case, they're beating up random white people. They're beating black people, men and women, grown men and women, who have no relative relation to that criminal who murdered that white kid. They're picking random white people, old white people, and they're beating them up, telling them that you are in the jury that sent the black kid to jail. They're assaulting them, harassing them. They're mobilizing protest around in ghetto neighborhoods in America. And to make matters worse, the cemetery where the white murdered kid was buried, black people, niggers, go into that cemetery and they're pissing on the grave of that dead white child, taking out their dicks, pissing on the grave and making video in it and put it online. The women are stooping and pissing on the grave of a dead white kid who was murdered by a black kid. And they're sharing it on social media, desecrating the grave of the victim. That's what they're doing. Black people are doing that. Politicians, black politicians, senators in America are siding with the black kid who murdered the white kid, saying he had a right to defend himself. He should not be in prison. Politicians are siding with the murderer. Preachers, teachers, professionals who you would expect a sense of decency from are siding with the murderer, saying it's racism. He should not have gotten 35 years. None of them expressed remorse for the parents of the white kid who lost their child forever. He got 35 years. But they received a death sentence that their child would never, ever, ever again experience life. After 35 years or before 35 years, that murderer, that nigger, is going to see the streets. But the white kid wouldn't. It was on that note, that you have blacks in America, in the Caribbean, in Guyana, telling other blacks to boycott the system, to take whatever they can take from their governments, and to make a mass exit to Africa. It was because a nigger was sentenced to 35 years for murdering an unarmed, innocent white teenager. And he got 35 years in prison for that because they didn't like the verdict and they think the black kid should be set free. They are encouraging other black people to randomly attack white people and to go back to Africa because of that. You see why that matters to me? We had the George Floyd issue. We had the Trayvon Martin issue. Every time a justifiable sentence reaches a black criminal, black people everywhere seem to come together and want to destroy the system because they continue to cry and play the victim's card. They're the victim. Oh, it's slavery. Massa is against us. We need to go back to Africa. It is a repetitive thing. It's a recurring talking point. And the black politicians join in because it pays them well to exploit the continued immaturity of black emotions. What does this remind you of? Guyana. Guyana. This is why I continue to bear witness to the fact that niggers are niggers every fucking where. I said it. Niggers are fucking niggers everywhere. They are the same. The same. I say it all the time. And fools are telling me, oh, you can't generalize. All black people are not the same. Yes, they are. Yes, they fucking are. Because look at Guyana. Look at Trinidad. The criminal capital of the Caribbean, Trinidad. Look at the gangs. When the police get them and kill them, what the blacks in Trinidad do? The same thing they do in Jamaica. The same thing they do everywhere you have a black population. Let's talk about Guyana. What do? The opposition, PNC, come out. Violence against black people. Extrajudicial killing. Why did the judge sentence this? Why did the judge that? We're going to take a lawyer for him. Babel Skello. All the other cases where blacks abused other citizens, killed, robbed, steal from other citizens. What reaction you get from the rest of the Afro-Guyanese? They stand in solidarity with the criminals. They always do. The recent Adriana case. They had no evidence whatsoever to conclude that that Indo-Guyanese businessman had anything to do with the drowning of that 12-year-old. They didn't want evidence. As long as they have the go ahead, he is Indian, teach him a lesson. Every other black join in to terrorize the race that doesn't look like them. They do it to white people, to Chinese people, to Indian people. They do it. Every country is the same fucking thing. Look in Guyana. What do you see? Look at all the protests they've had recently. It's in relation to some criminal who the police shot, who happened to be innocent in the eyes of the average black Guyanese. So they come out, they protest, they burn stuff down, they cry racism. Oh, it's President Ali, sending them against the blacks, turning the police against the blacks. Because black people by nature are God's people. Therefore, they are innocent. They can do no wrong. They're pure of heart. So anytime they're caught in a crime, it's not their fault. They were provoked. It's poverty. It's discrimination. It's the fact that the government is not helping the black communities. So it's justifiable robbery, justifiable homicide, justifiable abusing Indians, justifiable robbing from the Chinese. It's justifiable because the government of Irfan Ali is systematically discriminated against the Afro-Guyanese. So whatever the Afro-Guyanese do, nobody should criticize it. Same fucking mentality in America, in Europe, everywhere. The black man is innocent. But when that same nigger, especially in the US of A, when black teenagers murder other black teenagers, you almost never hear about it. You never hear about it. Not in the church, not on YouTube, not on the podcast. Nobody talks about it. When a black kill another black. Nobody. In Guyana, who is the black man's biggest enemy besides AZRUDDIN Muhammad? Who is the black man's biggest enemy in Guyana? Who? We can't say the gun because it takes a human to pull the trigger. The biggest enemy of the black man in Guyana is the black man. Is the black man. Do they protest when black people rob black people? Do they cry racism? And let's go back to Africa, when black people murder other black people? Do they blame the government for that? They don't even blame the opposition. They treat it as just black on black crime and they dismiss it and forget about it and they move on with their lives. But when the black man kills another race and he faces justice for that, he's entitled to freedom from murdering somebody else. In that Carmelo Anthony case that murdered that child Austin, that white guy Austin, my disappointment with that case, and as you would know, my loyal followers, I've been calling for this in Guyana. My only disappointment for that case is that he didn't get the death penalty. That's my disappointment. He didn't get the death penalty. He got 35 years. Is that the lifespan that white kid would have gotten? 51? Are we saying, had he not killed that white kid, the white kid would have lived until he's 51 years? Because 35 and 17 is 51, right? Is it? Or 55? 51. So the fact that that nigga got 35 years for murdering a 17-year-old, a 17-year-old murdered a 17-year-old. It meant the white kid would have lived naturally up to age 71. No. Possibilities are you could live to 100 to 200. Depends on how you conduct your life. So my disappointment is that that black nigger that killed that boy wasn't put to death, didn't get the death penalty. In America, that's a normal thing. You get the death penalty. I wanted him to get the fucking death penalty. Yeah. So when they're blaming society, like they like to do in Guyana, oh, broken homes. He grew up without a father. The trauma from slavery. What happened in slavery is affecting this generation. Fuck that shit. That nonsense. This nigga that murdered that white kid had both fucking parents in the house. Both parents. Who's responsible for him being a criminal at 17? His parents. And all them nigga thugs that they follow online with their music they listen to and want to be gangster, going to school with a knife. What does that remind you of? Guyana. They have a lot of black families that both parents are there in Guyana, but yet their fucking kids are criminals. Are criminals. Look at the way their daughters behave in school like whores, fighting, pulling each other's clothing, thugging and beating each other up. Look at the boys. Every day they're confiscating scissors, knives, this, that from their bags, going to school, a place of learning, armed with a knife, armed with scissors. For fucking what? 12-year-olds, 11-year-olds, 15-year-olds. For what? They can eat with the scissors? They're learning sewing in school? Yeah. Keep blaming the fucking system. You stupid ass niggas. Keep blaming the system. And yes, I support it. And I'm saying again, for the Americans who want to leave to go to Africa because that murderous tyrant Negro nigger that got 35 years and not the death penalty because you didn't like the verdict, you want to uproot yourself and go to Africa, bless you. Now the white people are joining the call, asking the blacks to go back to Africa. The white people want the blacks to see that, hey, okay, we support your call. We're not going to hold you in America. We are asking you to leave. You want to leave? Fine. We want you to leave too. Would you like help with a plane ticket? We would gladly buy it for you. Now the white people are asking them niggas to leave. Take your property, take your money, get the fuck out. Please do. Please leave. They want them to leave. Because the only time America can be safe, the only time America can be free of drugs, gangs, drugs, violence, murder, is if the black people leave. Is if they leave. Go to Africa, kill each other there. It is a norm. The Africans are accustomed to laws of nature. Adaptation and survival. The laws of the jungle. The strong shall eat the weak. Because there is no demand for human slaves anymore. So the strong can't capture the weak and sell them as slaves. They ain't got to worry about that. They can go to Africa, whichever part they can identify that belongs to them, that their ancestors come from, because it's a big continent, right? It's a large continent. So I don't know which part of Africa they're referring to that is their home. It's the motherland. I don't know which part. It's a big continent. Whichever part they can identify, whichever country in Africa, they can identify Nigeria, Senegal, Ghana, Uganda, South Africa. It doesn't matter where. Whichever one of them fucking niggas in Guyana, in the Caribbean, in America can identify that is their ancestral land, they can freely go. We are tired of you. I'm not black. I can say we. We are tired, fucking exhausted. 2026, and you niggas ain't changing, man. There is nobody alive today who can say that they grew up in slavery. Nobody. Not their grandparents, not their great-grandparents. They can say that they know their grandfather was a slave in change. Nobody can say that. But yet they're holding on to a legacy that they have no fucking idea if it even actually happened. Talking about slavery, reparation, emancipation. They have no evidence that it actually happened. But they're holding on to that. They're the victims of fucking victims. What victims? You niggas are living in the best time in human existence, the best time. You have TikTok. The Chinese built that. You have Facebook. The Jews built it. You have YouTube. The white man built it. You have Instagram. White people. You are living large. You are earning millions from platform and products that belong to other races. Don't you fucking fools know if the white man or the Chinese or the Indian wanted to block you and make your life miserable, they can create algorithm to recognize niggas and say, hey, you can't get on this app? They could do that. They could do that. The world has how many people? 8+ billion. How much are blacks? How much black people are on this planet? 2 billion. 2 billion. That leaves 6 billion people. You are 2 billion from an 8 billion population. 2 fucking billion. And you think the world can't exist without you? Are you 2 billion? You are leeching on the rest of humanity. Leeching, you're a bloodsucker on the rest of humanity. Criminal mastermind. You are the criminal fucking race. The loser race. Every laws you want to break, every fucking law you want to break and get away with it. You murder people, the cops should leave you. You steal from people, you have a right to. Why? Because this generation, the older folks of this generation, even if they're 80 years old or 100 years old, they enslaved your ancestors. So you, the grand or great-grandchildren of people who were allegedly enslaved, have a right to kill, to steal, to destabilize, to loot, to burn and destroy things that other people built? And you're supposed to be left alone because you are a victim by virtue of being a nigger? What the fuck is wrong with you? This world can exist without Negroes. Absolutely. Nobody wants you around. Nobody does. You know how insulting it is for me to have this fucking profile as black? I continue to face question marks for people who don't know who I am. It is humiliating. It's fucking humiliating. I hate it. Why? Because in 2026, you fucking low-life niggas all over the world, you continue to make the rest of us look bad. In Guyana, you have a government that is impartial, a president that continues to serve the Africans. Fuck the Africans, man. Negroes, fucking Negroes. continue to serve Negroes in Guyana who benefits the most. Look at the cash grants. Look at the social programs. Look at how many house lots and housing that are giving out. Negroes are benefiting from an Indian president. And the least opportunity they get, they plot to destroy that very president. The opposition faction, so-called opposition leader, Aubrey Norton, he's the opposition leader. That asshole is not the opposition leader. AZRUDDIN Mohammed is a criminal waiting to be imprisoned. He's not the opposition leader. The opposition leader is Aubrey Norton. Aubrey Norton and his team of vagabonds and fuck-ups continue to milk the premature, immature emotions of Negroes in Guyana, fanning them to sleep, continuing to push a narrative that, look, the Ali government is not helping you. You are poor because of the Indians. You are poor because the government is not putting social programs in place to help you. Look, the oil belongs to you. You deserve more cash grant. That's what they continue to push. And the blacks who are dunderheads and idiots who have not yet taken advantage of the free education, all the facility, the academic facility, Irfan Ali, the Indian president, has made available to all Guyanese. They have not exploited that because they are comforted in misery, clothing themselves with this whole talking point that no matter what you do, you will always have these stumbling blocks because you're black. And they buy into that. So it's easy for them to go and do crime. Last week, they shot one of them, three of them, one got shot, going to rob the Chinese. They're abusing people all over the country. They're terrorizing people all over the fucking country. And I said before, and I repeat myself, when you are out in public and you see a black person approaching you, don't think it's Kwame McCoy or somebody from the PPP, the ministers that you can't recognize. No, your first reaction is that could be a thief, wants to rob you. He might have a knife or a gun. Your best option is crossing the road. You cross the road, or you stand where you see cameras or a lot of people, you move there. But don't presume that this is some Jehovah's Witness smiling, coming to witness to you. No, it could be a fucking criminal. If he's black, could be a criminal. Run as you can. Don't take it for granted. Because that is the stereotype that they love. They want you to be afraid of them. Fine, be afraid of them. Because they have nothing to offer you than violence, than crime, than criminal activity, nothing to offer you. I saw also where they have a trending video out of on social media of Afro-Guyanese police, black police, shaking down Chinese for food. Black police officers with all the incentives they're getting from the Ali government, shaking down Chinese restaurant for food. And Chinese food is that cheap. Police officers, black police officers, bullying Chinese for food. That's Guyana. The case I started over is the case with a black teenager that bullied his way into the team, not an all-white team, mixed team, black kids, other kids in the team. He bullied his way there, bullied the white guy to the point where he murdered the white guy. It's a black thing. They like to fucking bully everybody. They think they have this innate right to, if they conceive a criminal thought, nobody should stand in their way. They should go ahead and just achieve it. They want to bully the Chinese for some free food. Nobody should watch them. The camera should be switched off, and the Chinese should say, okay, Negro police, this food you want, we'll give it to you. Fucking disgraceful. Disgraceful. I hope they lose their jobs. Those Guyana police that did, I hope they lose their fucking jobs. It's disgraceful. And the same ones want to bully people on the streets for breaking the law, and look what they're doing. For food. Imagine other items. Imagine when you have large robberies and you think, ain't no way no done the head criminal can commit this robbery. This has to be professionals. And who are the professionals? Most of the times the police officers. You think you would see a time when Indian law enforcement officers bullying Chinese for food? You would never see that. Never. Imagine police officers that are black bullying Chinese. If the Chinese and the Indians, even the Caucasian, even the white people, if the white people, the Chinese people, and the Indian people really want to fuck up niggas, let me paint a picture here. If the other races that you niggas are calling racial and they hate black people, I don't know what is it that black people have that they hate. I don't know. I don't know what they hate. What? Your dick, you can't use it? Why would another race hate the black man because of his dick, but the black man himself don't love his own dick because he's fucking men? You don't fuck men, you fuck women. He's buggering men. He's taking his dick and putting in shithole. You think white men or Indian or Chinese are jealous of you because of that? You think so? No, Chinese men and Indian men, they like pussy. That's why India is almost 2 billion people. And China is almost 2 billion people because they like pussy. If they like buggering, if Indian men and Chinese men likes buggering, look at Indian Africa and China compared to Africa. The whole continent of Africa doesn't have 1 billion people. Doesn't have 1 billion people. The whole continent. But you have 2 countries. China, almost 2 billion. India, almost 2 billion. Don't count Singapore, Taiwan. Forget the other Asian countries. Just the 2. So why the fuck would they be jealous of black men and their penis when the black man uses his penis to bugger other black men? You have to hate yourself. You got to have self-hatred to want to do that to yourself. But if you love yourself as a man, if you have self-love for you as a man, you are going to chase pussy. You're going to run after pussy. All you can think about is which woman you can get pregnant. That's when you have self-love. As a man, you want your dick in a pussy, a vagina. Anything with a pussy you want to fuck. So cut this shit that other races hate black men because of dick. Fuck that shit. And if you talk about physical, because black people are physically whatever, that's a lie too. Again, look at India, look at China. They are industrial nations. They're built the biggest, the best, the biggest, the best. Using what? Manpower. Manpower. Look at Africa. You got the strongest men, according to you, strongest men, tallest, biggest, more muscular, more athletic, but you're still living in fucking mud huts. Mud huts. You're still living in mud huts in 2026. So who is the weakest and who's the strongest? So cut the shit. Cut the nonsense. You talk about, oh, they're jealous of black people because of their brains? Oh my gosh. Really? Their brain? Black people that are genius Are you absolutely certain? Is that what you're saying? China, India, Asia, Europe. Look at the country. Look at the country. You had a black company in Guyana from Nigeria, this woman who has an oil company who signed a deal to operate one of the blocks last year. She had a lot of press. A lot of press. Oh, this is Miss So. She worked with some company, PayPal, whatever company she worked with as some director, and now she has her own company. Oh, the sister is doing things. She's going places. Months after she could not pay the signing bonus, the 14 million, she couldn't pay it. Couldn't pay it months after. All the show, all the media, all the this and that, and couldn't use whatever genius brain she's supposed to have to come up with the signing bonus to start operation. And there was another black company too that is still to pay. All the other companies paid. The black companies, they can't pay their debt. They're supposed to be the ones with the brains. Again, I make comparisons. If you niggas think that you have the brain, you're the smartest, the genius, or you're the first open heart surgeon, you know these things I like to say, this, invented that. Who the fuck wrote the books that you read to invent shit? Who wrote the books? The black man who claimed to be the first to perform a brain surgery, who wrote the books? Who taught him? Who he studied under? Who was his professors? Who gave him the theory, the practice? Who was his mentor? White people. White people. I'm saying all of this to say this. This society we live in, this world we live in, Guyana, Caribbean, America, would be better off if black people didn't exist. Even if that meant I would not have come into existence, from what I have seen from a child to now, from what I continue to experience, I am regretting. If there was ever a time that slavery existed, I am regretting that time came when slavery was abolished. Slavery was the best thing that happened to black people, if in fact it happened. Look at what they're doing to each other in South Africa. They're killing Indians, they're killing Chinese, and when they have no Indians or Chinese to kill, they're killing each other. 2026, niggas in South Africa, that's what they're doing. Nigeria, they're murdering Christians. Name it, and that is the thing that black people lost. Blood. Blood. Every little thing they want to stab you, to shoot you, to murder you, to kidnap you, to rape you. Any little conflict. And the only rational thought they can produce in their mind, their genius mind, is killing. And they're supposed to be God's people. My heart goes out for Guyanese in Guyana because I see what they're going through. The decent blacks who just want to be different are castrated. They're targeted for self-hatred, according to them other niggas. You hate yourself, that's why you want to try to be like a white man or an Indian man. You don't like black people, so you don't want to dress with a saggy pants. You don't want to talk loose. You don't want to operate ignorant and just sit by some sweetie stand or some bottom house shop that sells rum all day. You play some cards and you're smoking marijuana. And when you run out of drugs, you plot to go and rob the Chinese or break some Indian person home. If you don't do that, they target you. You can be a spy. You're a double agent. You hate your own kind. That's what continues to happen. So I'm saying the rest of society need to understand that this shit has to stop. My heart goes out to the family of that white kid. I'm disappointed in the justice system in the US, in America, in Guyana, that you don't kill these niggas. If they have the sense, the presence of mind to shoot another human being over a stupid conflict, to stab, to beat up, to chop up another human over some stupid conflict, if they have the presence of mind to do that, then they should understand the consequences to that is death. Is death. They kill your child, you kill them. They kill your relatives and you kill. It's simple as that. Why you need a whole court system, lawyers, months or years of trial, back and forth, back for what? It is clear you murdered somebody, we're going to kill you. It is clear. Why should there be debates over that? So my fellow Guyanese, this culminates all that I've been saying, and I continue to say, unless the government of Guyana stop pussyfooting around and address these real issues, Guyanese need to be safe. Guyanese need to be secure. The Afro-Guyanese who consider themselves natives of Guyana and do not identify with the emotional bullshit from the other blacks, from the David Hines camp, the Norton camp, or the PNC camp, saying that blacks are victimized, from the VPAC stooge, the stupid idiot, the criminal from VPAC, about oil money and all these kinds of this obsession they have with oil. By the way, VPAC, I heard that you were also a faggot. Yeah, VPAC, the man from VPAC, I heard from reliable sources that you are a bugger man. A bugger man. Yeah, you're a faggot. Not just an ex-criminal, a faggot. You like to take dick in your ass like Mahi Paul. I heard that. And I kind of believe it. Because you have an obsession with Sheriff, Jack Dio. I don't think Ali is your type. Yeah, I don't know why, but more women are lusting after Irfan Ali, but you seem to like Jack Dio. Maybe it's the way he walks that turns you on. Because only homosexual like to put on makeup and faggots. They have this filter. They put on their phone. They have this phone. You know, women, girls know this thing. They have in their phone, they have this different filters that they use to make their face appear a certain way. Yeah, every time the VPAC guy decides to come and talk his bullshit, he has to put on the filter. Because he don't want anybody to see his real wrinkles and whatever crime he's hiding behind the filters. Yeah, that's what homosexuals do. Ganesh Mahipal does that. Shara Duncan does that. All the homosexuals that are known, they're the ones who put on fucking filters to come on cameras. Real men don't do that shit. Oh, me? No, I don't. No. I'm in studio. So in studio, because of all the lights that are beaming down at you, sometimes you tend to sweat. So you take a little makeup and you try to block the pores that seem to cause that lubrication on your face. It's a difference. So all the VPACs and the others who like to talk about reparations and black people this, black people that, you ain't got a fuck to get. You put nothing in Guyana, you ain't got nothing from Guyana. You haven't built Guyana. You haven't built Guyana. You ain't dug the trenches. You ain't built the fucking roads. You ain't built the institution. You did nothing. So you have a right to nothing. The fact that you're getting all this stuff you're getting, and the fact that President Irfan Ali is encouraging you niggas to keep fucking, because the more kids you have, it's the more cash grant you receive every year. So President Irfan Ali is causing the black population of Guyana to increase because they have nothing else to do than to stay home and fuck and get pregnant and keep their eyes on the wall, the calendar and the clock to make sure it ticks up to 9 months, then tick up to 6 months, then they get pregnant again to keep collecting fucking cash grant, just like their relatives of that murderer that killed that white kid. Same thing, just like Adriana Young's parents, they went on GoFundMe and they got other broke Negroes. Oh, you wouldn't believe this. They got other broke Negroes to donate legal fees for the murderer's son who killed a white kid for his defense. And black people donated almost 600,000 American dollars to the parents so they can secure lawyers for their criminal son who murdered an innocent white kid. Can you fucking believe that? Believe it. Norton secured lawyers for Babel Skello and others. Dexter Todd and these others defend criminals. Nigel Hughes and these others defend criminals. Isn't that what niggas do? They defend criminals. The Adriana Young, how much money did her parents raise? Thousands. What did they do with it? The same thing this nigger that killed that white kid, his parents did. They took the 600,000 that they got from GoFundMe. They didn't pay taxes on it. They're living large. They bought property. They moved from the ghetto into white neighborhoods. And they did not spend a cent of the money on lawyers for the son they wanted to defend. You know who paid for the son's defense? White people, the system, taxpayers of America paid for the defense of their son while they had $600,000 American dollars they raised on GoFundMe. Let that sink in. And the same people are saying racism. The system failed. Just a Guyana. The Adriana case, all the other cases, black people continue to pour what they don't have to other black people for nothing that will benefit their society, their lives, or their future. They never stand together for a good cause. It's always for a criminal enterprise, never for a good cause. Now they call it for protest in Guyana. Mark Benchcop and the others, he wants relevance again. Mark Benchcop wants relevance again. He and the others calling for protest in Guyana for black people to come out and protest. For fucking what? For what? You niggas are doing nothing for that country. You don't have fucking jobs. You don't want to work. You're sitting around waiting on cash grant and some fucking grant or something from somewhere. You're flocking these events with these dancehall events every weekend, party here, party there. You're not contributing in nothing whatsoever. The only thing that you can find some kind of meaning that your life worth is to join a useless protest so you can loot, beat up on innocent people, and claim injustice. Oh, the Indian government is against you. Now you have these PNC pundits funded by the Mohammeds are now calling black people to mobilize, to come out and protest and come out and stand up against the regime and oh, fuck, man. When would the rest of you learn? I think my Indian brothers and sisters, and by the way, let me tell you niggas something. Have you ever heard Chinese or Indians calling Indians to go back to China or to go back to India? Never. You never hear white people saying go back to Europe, or Indians saying let's go back to India, or Chinese saying let's go back to China. Never. Because they know go back where? They have no ancestors there. That's not their home. Their home is where they are right now, where they were given birth to, the country they built. That's where their patriotic sentiment lies, in the country they were born. That's home. While they acknowledge their cultural ties to India or China, they're not disloyal to the country to which they are current. But you niggas, you've never been to Africa. You can go, but you never choose to go because you're not interested. And everything is Africa, Africa. Oh, the blacks are this, the blacks are that. Go back to fucking Africa, man. That miserable shithole, nasty country, nasty continent. Go back. Homosexuality is on the rise there. It's on the rise. Yeah, you're going to feel right at home. But I would beg you to leave Guyana. The PNC camp, the niggas that follow AZRUDDIN Muhammad, you are unhappy in Guyana. Your boss will be off to prison. Good riddance. But when he's gone, you will be miserable. You will not have entertainment anymore. The compulsive, pathological liar would not be there to entertain you on social media, to spread lies, to spread propaganda, to try to undermine and see how best he can destabilize a solid government. He would not be around to do that. And nobody will take that place, because who wants that job? Nobody wants that. So you will miss him. But there's a lot of activities in Africa. Oh yeah, every day they kill people, every day. You will feel right at home. If I can help some of you niggas with tickets to go back to Africa, fine. I'll start with David Himes. I'll buy his ticket. Then Campbell, Shara Duncan, Leon Saul, Alexander, all them niggas who like to talk African culture, this African, yeah. The whole of AGDA, African Cultural Development, whatever shit they call it, the whole organization, I would charter a plane just for you. Back to Uganda, all of you. I stand by that. And since the Indians in Guyana are too loving and caring, they'll miss you. So they're not going to call and ask you to leave. They said, no, blacks have their way, but there's some good ones between us, you know. There's some nice black people too. No, they're not. No, they're not. There's some blacks and there's some niggas, but they're all niggas. Because none of them condemns the other ones when they commit crime. None of them. Not even the ones in the PPP. I've never heard any PPP, black PPP ministers, cabinet ministers condemn crime. Never. It is not politically correct. They need votes. Okay. Then go back to Africa. Please do. And let us see who were the pests in Guyana. Let us see who were the parasites. Let us see who were the ones destroying the country. When you're gone, keep tuning into social media and see what is coming out of Guyana. Then you'll realize that all along, you niggas were the problem. You are the problems to all the good blacks, and you are the problem to everything else. You are the problem towards development. You stand in the way of everything that is good for a country. So go back to Africa. I am asking you, please book your fucking flight. Pack up your things. Africa is waiting for you. Identify the place you want to go and see if they'll want you there. And if they say, yes, this is home, welcome. Go and see who will open their doors and welcome you as their brother. See which nigger in Africa is going to open their doors and say, come in, lost brother who was shipped on slave ships to the Caribbean. Give it a shot. For the rest of you, let the society know that you're different. Don't be a quiet protester. Come out and condemn when you need to condemn. The rest of society need to know that you stand in solidarity with what's decent, what's moral, law and order. Condemn, especially when the criminals are black, stone them. Stone them. Because their crimes and their activities and their actions are making you look bad. Don't be quiet when the laws are broken by black people, but when it's anybody else, you're loud. Oh, you shared that thing about that little child after when the accused is an Indo-Guyanese. Oh, all of you shared it. Oh my gosh, this is good. Look who the criminal is this time. But them fucking niggas who are on a daily basis killing people, robbing and stealing, you're not sharing that? You're not sharing that because why? Why? Okay. My point exactly. And before I sign off for today, I want you to understand, Guyanese, that AZRUDDIN Mohammed is irrelevant. He's irrelevant. He is not the opposition leader. This is a personal vendetta that he has. He will soon be extradited. In the meantime, don't consume your time. Don't be a consumer of his bullshit. Don't consume that. This is not a man who's a politician. He's not an intellectual. He's a dunce. He's a lowlife. He's a bully. He's a thug. And that characterizes the average nigger that likes to do that. That man is irrelevant. So any little thing he can do to stay in the presence of your phone screen, he's going to push that propaganda. Even when he knows that he's misleading the public, because he's a compulsive liar. He can't help it. That's his behavior, that's his habit, pathological, that's his thing, that's how he's built. He's built for crime, he's built for lies, he's built for violence, that's how he's built. Nothing good can come out of that. So in the meantime, you, the average Guyanese, you need to focus on what your future is, because like I said, the same way how Donald Trump is 80 years old and he's still living large and planning for his future, you have to think like that. Your future is bigger than President Ali. Your future is bigger than the PPP regime. You don't know where you might be in the next 5 years, next 10 years, 20 years. So if you consume the toxicity coming from the niggers and this stupid ass Indian called himself opposition leader, you are reducing your lifespan. You are living within the scope of their reality. And when their reality is consumed, so shall you. So shall you. You have to live out of that region and understand, wow, would I be this strong and in my mindset when I'm 80 years old like Donald Trump? Yes, it's possible. But you got to start now. Take advantage of what you have in the country now. Build on what the president has established. The foundation the president has been building, build on that. Enjoy the benefits. You deserve it. But stop being a fucking nigger. Stop being a fucking nigger. And try to be a human for a change. Try to be a human being for a change. Bring something to society. Bring something to the table. Bring something. Don't be consuming. Try to give. Do for your country. Like everybody else is doing. Do for your country. Invest like the Indians, like the Chinese. Protect your investment like they're trying to protect theirs. Don't be consuming and a consumer like the average fucking nigger. And if he can't consume, he steals and he robs and he kills for that. Death fucking penalty. All right, let's get to some of your comments. We have Asher. You are a disgrace and disgusting person. Fuck you, Asher. Asher, is it a male or a female? If it's a female, fuck you, bitch. If it's a male, go boggle yourself. Nina Singh, they're scared, doctor. Well, we'll see. I have the money for the ticket waiting for them. They want to go, just have to indicate. Steady Vibe says PPP spread more propaganda than any party. Really? Really? And H, thank you for always speaking out, Ken. Yeah, Dr. Prasad is good for me. Reginald says PNC nasty Congress. Oh, people nasty. Yeah, yeah. People nasty Congress. Well, I said before, plenty, non-stop corruption. P plenty, N non-stop, C corruption. That's the PNC. That's why they lost 16 seats. Nina sings, he's in America and calling for protests in Guyana, Bench Cop. Yeah, Bench Cop can go and lead the protest. Bench Cop, go and lead the protest. You have to lead what you're calling for. You are the leader, right? You led a lot of people to their death when you tried to storm the office of the president, when you were jailed for treason, and the same man that you were trying to bring down and get attacked pardoned you. Bench Cop, ungrateful nigger, again, Jagdeo pardoned him from life in prison. And he came out ungrateful as most niggas are, attacking the same man that saved his life. Is it Ja Baba, some shit? What is it, Ja Baba? Why don't you guys get some regular names, man? Like fuckface, fuckhole. Get some regular names. What is Ja Baba shit here? You hate me for hating yourself. My dude? The fuck is that? My dude? Some gay shit is that? I read more comment, man. The rest of you, the nice people of the country, you can deal with these assholes online. Answer them for me. I can't. I need to keep my sanity. I'm trying to wrap up some of my manuscripts, so I have to focus and keep my mind, my decency in order, than to allow myself to be distracted with these fucking niggas, So bring back the death penalty and you see how quick they'll get their senses. You see how quick they'll come to their senses. Bring the death penalty back. Then they'll understand how important life is when their lives are threatened. Share this live. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and click the subscribe button and go to Amazon.com and buy a copy of the series of books, Prince Ali and the President. Support the work of the Durga Foundation. Amazon.com/Kenny Warner Author, and buy any of the copies. If you can afford it, buy all 7 so that we can continue our work saving humanity. Until next time, thanks for your attention.